Hello, just testing. There we go. Oh, hello guys. I'm Ali. Now let's start that again because that sounded a bit weird. Let me just readjust this camera. There we go, that's a bit better. Hi everyone. I'm Ali. I'm fairly new to YouTube videos. And I feel a bit daft whilst I'm doing this. I can feel myself flushing already. So today I am going to be cooking. I'm going to be making a lemon drizzle cake and I'm going to be showing you how I make it. It's one of my favourite all-time recipes and it's really simple to make, and I just thought I'd, let you see what I do. So, okay guys, I've actually got my ingredients all together now, so I'll just run through them with you. So we've got 100 grams of butter / margarine, although I've decided to use butter today, and I'm also using stork, which is very good for baking. We've got 175 grams of caster sugar, 2 eggs, and lemon, which we'll need for juicing and for zesting as well. We've got self-raising flour here, 175 grams. We've also got milk, 50 mils of milk, and it doesn't really matter what kind of milk you use as far as I know. I'm using skimmed milk just because it's a little bit better for you, but I've used like semi-skimmed before and it's been fine. So. And we have 100 grams of granulated sugar, and that's our ingredients. Mess already, look at all that. Next thing we need to do is we need to preheat the oven. 180 if it's a fan oven, which mine is, and I think 200 if it's a standard oven. So let's turn it on. 180. Okay, right, so first you're going to need a loaf tin, roughly about this size. I don't actually know the measurements for this one, but it's one that we've used for a long time. So yeah, I just need to grease this and line it with baking paper. So I'm just going to use some of the stork butter on a piece of baking paper just to grease it properly. Just use butter paper or baking paper. That's that. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is cut your baking paper so that then it fits in the loaf tin. I've gone for about 20 centimetres in width and 30 centimetres in length, but that depends entirely on the size of your loaf tin. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. There we go. About that big roughly. Now we're going to put that inside the loaf tin. If you just fold it that it looks kind of even on each side, you don't have to be an expert at folding or origami or anything to do this. But as long as you get the basics right, you just kind of fold it in. And that should be alright at that. So that's how I've lined my loaf tin. Okay, so the next job is to stir together your butter and your caster sugar. Make note of that, caster, definitely caster sugar. I almost made the mistake of putting the granulated in earlier. You want to put them into the bowl together and beat them. And so I'm going to do that now. So just beat them together until they start to mix well into a little kind of dough. Okay, so basically you want your butter and your sugar to kind of look like this, where it's all meshed into one and it kind of looks a bit like, shall we say, a floury paste? I don't really know how to describe it, but when it starts to look like this is when you know you're ready for the next step. Okay, so the next thing to do is we want to beat our 2 eggs. We'll just mix them up in a sec. Right, just going to go wash my hands. Right, Sorry about that, I'm back now. Until you see the egg yolks mixed with the egg white, and it becomes all just this lovely little orangey kind of texture. Right, so once you've beaten your eggs, you can add them gradually to your flour and sugar mix. Is it flour and sugar? Wait, no, it's not flour and sugar, is it? Butter and sugar, that's what I meant to say. You can add them to your butter and sugar mixture. Right, get it right, Ali. So just pour a little bit in, then we go back to beating it again. I think I may have actually put a little bit too much in. Whoops. So adding a little bit more. This mixture's getting nice and fluffy now. Okay, so I've put the mixture to one side for a moment because now it's time to zest the lemon. I've got my little lemon zester. You can get these anywhere really. I think you can get them from like Wilko and anywhere really that sells cooking stuff. I use my thumb to do this and just go right across. So you only want to do it in little strands on this because in the actual cake itself you don't want to be pulling out big long strings of zest through your teeth or something like that. So you want just little bits of zest, so you just go little bits, take little bits, don't go all the way round or something like that, just go little bits like this. Right, so I've grated my lemon, and as you can see I've done a fine little bits of grate. So there we go. I'm going to keep this lemon on one side because we're going to need that later, we're going to need it for juicing. So next we need to actually put this into the mixture along with the milk. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And I've just got to get the milk. I've just used a standard measuring jug for this, just 50 ml, that's all you need. Trying to do this with my left hand is not easy. I'm just adding it gradually again because it does need to stir it into it. So right, so just stir that in a little bit. Okay, and next job is to fold in the flour. So this is my flour, self-raising. Made a mess already, look. Lovely. So yeah, just to get all the flour off the edges as well. Just really mix it in. So this is looking really nice. It's starting to look more like a dough mixture, which is what we need really. So it looks all nice and sticky and just like that. Look at that. Beautiful. And now that's ready to go in the loaf tin. So here we go, back with our loaf tin again. And I'll just scoop it into there sometimes. Sometimes I scoop it, sometimes I just pour it. I think this time I will just pour it. That's delicious. So I want to evenly spread it around the tin. Don't worry too much if it looks very small. That's not a bad thing because the self-raising flour will take care of that. Okay, so now it's time to put mixture into the oven now, and you need to cook it for roughly about 50 minutes, but I would still keep checking it a few minutes beforehand just to make sure. Right, into the oven we go. Okay, so while that's in the oven, we can get on with juicing the lemon. This is going to form the drizzle that we're going to put on the top, that and along with the granulated sugar, but I'll show you that shortly. So just going to get the juice out of the lemon. So I cut it in half. Right, just going to use this little bowl for now to put the juice into. I don't have a lemon juicer, unfortunately. It's easy enough to do by hand, really. You just have to take the pips out once you've done so. Right, so we're just going to get the pips out with a spoon. Just get rid of those. Okay then guys, while we're actually waiting for the loaf to cook, I will show you around 10 minutes before it's finished cooking how to do the drizzle. Look, I've made a mess on my leggings.
Hey baby, could you smell cooking? Is that what you've been after? Oh, hello baby. It's so nice to see you. I bet you're after food, aren't you?
Okay, now we've got 15 minutes left, so I just thought I'd show you how to do the drizzle, because this is the thing that's always left till the end. So you're going to need a small pan, about this size, and we've got a lemon juice in here, and we've got our granulated sugar here. Very important, it's the granulated sugar for this one. So I've made the same mistake several times where I've actually used the caster sugar instead of, and so on. Yeah. I'm going to put the hob at a reasonably high heat, between about 4 and 5. I'll probably go for 4 just because we've got a bit of extra time. So we put our lemon juice in, and then granulated sugar. Just stir it around a little bit so that they all mesh together into a little paste. Starting to look a bit like apple sauce at the moment, but that should change, hopefully. So we just leave that to cook for a little bit. Just keep stirring it around occasionally, just to get the bits of sugar off the sides of the pan. So here we are. The loaf is now out of the oven. It's all ready to have the drizzle put on top of it. So I've just had the drizzle just on a very low heat for the last few minutes, just because I didn't want it to go cold or anything. So it's bubbling nicely. I'm going to pop this onto our loaf now. So we want to keep it inside the pan just for the time being, just because otherwise the juice will just go everywhere. So I'm just going to make a few cuts in places where it probably won't be seen. Like I'd like to do a few down here in this little cut bit. Not making them too obvious, finding little places where it... And then, as the title suggests, we drizzle the lemon on top. So we try and aim for those little cuts so that it can drizzle down inside the loaf. We want some to go alongside of it as well, so there we go. Just let that settle for a few minutes. Just let that settle now. And that should be it. And I'll put that out onto this cooling tray over here. This is the end result. It doesn't look too nice in presentation at the minute because I've still got the baking paper around, but that's mainly because I don't want to get this too sticky, this cooling tray, otherwise it's a nightmare to clean. So yeah, I'm going to put this on a plate and I'm going to serve it up, and then I'm going to try it and see if it's as good as the last one. Again. Right, so this is what my cake looks like now. It's still got some bits sticking up in places from where I've got like the bits of buttercream that have just not quite gone inside. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. It's looking alright, so I'm going to try a little piece now. I think the lemon drizzle loaf, it never really looks that good as what it actually is, but it's actually really fantastic to eat. So I'm going to cut off a piece and have a try. Oh my god. Oh, that's yummy. Oh, that's delish. I always love how yellow it looks in the centre as well whenever I cook it. Do you want a bit, Monty? Hey? Do you want a little bit? See if you like that. Monty approves, I think. Is he actually eating it? Yeah, he has. He's eating a little bit of it. And now he's looking at me to have some more. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that innocent face. Num num num. You enjoyed that, didn't you, baby? So that was lemon drizzle cake. It's delicious. It's dead simple to make. It's one of the simplest recipes that I know. I really enjoy it. Every time I make it, I always crave more once I've eaten a slice. So yeah, if you would like to try that recipe, I hope this has been helpful to you. Let me know if you enjoyed the video as well. You know, I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.